Esther Sapon Soprano, and I'm the Director of Communications for our glorious Convention People's Party by the grace of God, and I'm constitutionally compliant. I would like to emphasize that and also appeal to the media present and all other media houses across the country that whenever we have internal party issues and you investigate, do not just report. With due respect, do a story. Trust what we say, but verify. So, without much ado, we'll move ahead to today's business. Ladies and gentlemen, and fellow Ghanaians, we're all, continue with our daily business in our country when on July the 9th, the Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, MP for Menchia South, came out to say that your Kwame Nkrumah, in a derogatory fashion, referring to the first president as even your Kwame Nkrumah, is no match for President Akufo-Addo with regards to developmental works, etc. And as you all are aware, people in Ghana across the world were really taken aback by the derogatory manner in which the former Minister of Energy referred to the first president. And subsequently, on last week, Friday, I think the 12th of July, the Honorable former Minister and now Vice Presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party came out to apologize. And the Convention People's Party, we said we were happy that he apologized, but that would give a more comprehensive response to his apology today. And so we are happy to have you all here today as we go about the business of actually officially responding to Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Honorable MP for Menchia South. To begin with, we believe that it is a good thing that Dr. Opoku Prempeh was able to, garner the humility necessary to even apologize. We thought he wouldn't. He came across as someone who wouldn't. But we were, grateful that he actually recognized that he was on the wrong path, listened to the voice of the people, which is the voice of God, and, apologized. We are happy about the apology, but it doesn't mean we have accepted the apology. We appreciate the fact that the former minister, Matthew Opoku Prempeh, with respect to him, came to his senses, his political senses, so to speak, and did the right thing. However, the Convention People's Party is challenging Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the communication director, myself, Sylvester Sapon Soprano. I'm standing on behalf of the Convention People's Party and challenging Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Honorable, to a debate, so that, apart from the derogatory statements he made about the first president and his apology, so that he can actually show Ghanaians what he meant. Because in his apology, he said that he didn't mean to be derogatory. Well, what did he really mean to be? And so an opportunity to be in debate with us gives Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh the chance to tell Ghanaians precisely what he means by what we consider to be a wild statement. In fact, that President Akufo-Addo's developmental works supersede that of, His Excellency, the first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Take note that the independence struggle that the CPP, under the leadership of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, mobilized, organized, and led the Ghanaian masses to wage and win independence on March the 6th, 1956, from the United Kingdom, the British, was underpinned by a vision. It was underpinned by a vision. And how well or badly a head of state or of government of Ghana has performed, or comparison between any two or more heads of state or government of Ghana must therefore be based on the degree and extent to which each head of state or government has contributed to the realization of the vision that underpinned the independence struggle. In other words, there was a reason why we went for independence. There was a vision. And the Convention People's Party, led by President Kwame Nkrumah, was able to attain that vision. So Ghana is a state on a mission to attain a vision. And we are saying that every subsequent president after President Kwame Nkrumah, and indeed President Kwame Nkrumah, every action that he took should be measured against the vision of the new Republic of Ghana that is now over 60 years old. You see, the original vision for the Ghana project, as President Akufo-Addo likes to call it, therefore has two main component parts. The first one was decolonization, which the Convention People's Party achieved under the leadership of President Kwame Nkrumah. And the second item is the socialist transformation and reconstruction of our economy, the economy of the Republic of Ghana. And as a result, the CPP and President Kwame Nkrumah, through their strength of vision and commitment to delivery on their promises, delivery on their promises, delivery on their promises, because of that, the good people of the Gold Coast, Ashanti and the Northern Territories at the time, voted massively for the Convention People's Party in 1951, 1954, 1956, and 1960. The CPP won 4 elections on the trot, a feat no other political party in Ghana has ever achieved. And that's why when people say that the CPP cannot win elections, we tell them that they have no sense of history. We won 4 elections on the trot, and we'll do it again in the near future. Unfortunately for Ghana, however, this soaring vision for our nation has been completely abandoned in the Fourth Republic by the duopoly of President Akufo-Addo, his NPP, and President Mahama and his NDC. The hard-won independence and sovereignty of Ghana and the promise of work and happiness assured by the CPP under President Kwame Nkrumah were replaced by the external co-optation of our country's policy-making by agents of the former colonizer. In other words, the PNDC and the NPP allow the World Bank, IMF, and other creditor nations to structure the context within which their clients, Ghana, a less developed country, formulated its economic policy making. We'll be sending you a document that I'm holding, and what I just said is sourced from page 125 of the book, Third World to First World by One Touch, written by Ghana's crusading engineer Wood and myself as a co-author, Sylvester Sapon Soprano. Under the PNDC and the New Patriotic Party, Ghana has been forced to accept extreme and politically dangerous measures in order to secure economic assistance from the agents of our former colonizer. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, and I'm getting to the end. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, fellow citizens, this is the context within which Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, MP Menchia South, and Vice Presidential nominee of the New Patriotic Party, insist President Akufo-Addo and his NPP have somehow done a better job for Ghana's economy than the iconic and mercurial President Kwame Nkrumah and his glorious Convention People's Party. Context is important here, and it is instructive to note that the population of Ghana at the time when the CPP was in power in the 1960s was around 5 million citizens, showing the magnitude of the CPP's achievements. Plus, there was no internet at the time. If the CPP and President Kwame Nkrumah had access to the internet, the way President Akufo-Addo is on the internet every day, we would have just, transformed the country in the shortest possible time from a third world country to a first world country. So, what are some of the developmental projects President Nkrumah are renowned for? Let us consider just a few. The first item is independence. The first and most important achievement of the Convention People's Party and President Kwame Nkrumah was in winning Ghana's independence from colonial occupation by the British. We would like Napo to tell the world where President Akufo-Addo has done anything that compares to securing independence for Ghana. Let me repeat. CPP, led by President Kwame Nkrumah, secured independence for Ghana. That is one single, very critical item. We are all Ghanaians because of that fact. We want Napo to tell us what President Akufo-Addo has done that compares to securing independence for the Republic of Ghana. We would also like to look at energy, which incidentally happens to be the immediate past portfolio of Napo. Ladies and gentlemen, guided by the CPP's famed 7-year development plan, the core of the CPP and President Kwame Nkrumah's drive to provide a large and stable pool of cheap energy in Ghana to power the development of our bauxite reserves into the industrial production of aluminum. Indeed, as the record shows, Lloyd Cutler, who was the lawyer for Kaiser's Volta project, that is the financiers of the Akosombo Dam, He said, according to Lord Cutler, the lawyer for Kaiser, the financiers of Akufo-Addo, he said, we are greatly concerned that if we located within Ghana or had the bauxite and power necessary to have an integrated aluminum operation, that someday our project, if it were profitable, might be nationalized by the government and taken away from us. In other words, we were producing power for Ghana not because we wanted to put on air conditioner or cook some food at home. We wanted to industrialize the country. And so towards these ends of providing stable and cheap energy for the rapid industrialization of Ghana, the CPP under President Nkrumah on Monday, January 1962, signed a master agreement with Edgar Kaiser of Kaiser Aluminum for the construction of the Akosombo Dam as the bulwark and the anchor of what the CPP envisaged as Ghana's energy triad, involving and including the Akosombo Dam, supported by the Bui Dam and the first atomic reactor in Africa at the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, which was under construction at Kwabenya at the time of the coup d'etat in 1966. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh will tell us about President Akufo-Addo's achievements in the energy sector in comparison to the CPP and President Nkrumah's efforts when he arrives at the debate. Housing is the next item we'll look at as the last but one. Let us compare the record on housing between President Akufo-Addo and President Kwame Nkrumah. As you can already see, this conversation is now clearly a father and son affair. It is a father and son affair when you compare President Akufo-Addo to President Kwame Nkrumah. It's a father and son affair. And ladies and gentlemen, within the period of the 7-year development plan, the CPP and President Nkrumah provided over 17,100 individual housing units across the Republic of Ghana, from Kolegono in Greater Accra, which had 1,068 units, to Bolgatanga in the Upper East, which had 12, to Ho in the Volta region, which had 228, to Takwa in the Western region with 819, etc., etc. I am sure that Napo can tell us how President Akufo-Addo's housing project at Popiase in the Greater Accra region and any others compares to the record of the Convention People's Party and of President Kwame Nkrumah. And then, industrialization. The CPP, led by the President Kwame Nkrumah, expanded the economy of Ghana at an unprecedented pace, which has not been matched since. As President Kwame Nkrumah stressed at the OAU conference in Addis Ababa in 1964, President Kwame Nkrumah, he said, we cannot afford to place our needs, our development, our security to the gate of camels and donkeys. This is because we have emerged in an age of science and technology, where poverty, ignorance, and diseases are no longer the masters, but the retreating foes of mankind. And so, with such a mindset, the Convention People's Party embarked upon an unprecedented industrialization drive that began to transform the Gatsbydian structure of Ghana's economy. We established over 400 factories across the country, anchored by the flagship Ghana Industrial Holding Corporation, GHOC, which was comprised of 22 strategic industries as our flagship industrial core. Taking into consideration the size of the economy and the population of the country at the time, we look forward to hearing from Napo about how President Akufo-Addo's performance is somehow better than that of President Kwame Nkrumah with regards to the industrialization of our economy. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen of the media and fellow citizens, we could go on and on. We could go on and start telling you about and continue telling you about the CPP. It will take all day. However, the communications department, the communications team of the Convention People's Party, led by myself, Sylvester Soprano, as the Director of Communication, we are challenging Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh to a debate on the record of President Akufo-Addo versus the record of President Kwame Nkrumah in 2 weeks from today. Let me repeat. In 2 weeks from today, we are challenging Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh to a debate on the record of President Akufo-Addo versus the record of President Kwame Nkrumah at the British Council Hall in Accra. Or if Dr. Napo prefers, we can have the debate at the MPP headquarters. We are ready to have the debate at the MPP headquarters any day. In fact, if Napo wants, we can have that debate in his bedroom. We hope you will not be afraid to show up for the debate. Thank you very much.